What up, my friends? How are you doing? It is the 1st of December, the final month of the year, and the beginning of the whole Christmas holiday season. So I hope you are having a good one, because I am enjoying the beginning of this month and the whole birthday weekend vibe that I've had going on too. So it has been super chill on my end of things. Let's just get this link shared here. Okay. There we go. That's good. That's good. And that's good. And I've got myself a little bit of that apple cider. And the weather's definitely turned cold enough for it. The intro to the streams running around in the snow feels way more applicable now, even though we haven't gotten any snow where I am, because the weather, like, it's just started to feel like the cold part of fall now. And it's going to be, what, 3 weeks? And then it's actually officially winter? Like, isn't it December 21st? Anyways, let me do my hellos. What up, Jess, Ang, Zircon, Kenzuki, Teferi, Gary, Gossett, Kevin, Shelton, Doomblade, Namius, David, Jojo, Sum, Gianna, Danley. I think I got everybody. Namius, who did the theme song? The theme song is done by DJ Longhair. David, happy birthday. It's your mom's birthday. My birthday was yesterday. This is my birthday weekend. So I don't have the same birthday as your mom. So I am not your mother, just so we're clear. So when you say word to your mother, that's not word to me. Robin, it was yesterday, bro. Yesterday. Same as yours, eh? All right, well, I raised my mug. It's a good birthday. It's a good birthday. Gianna, how was my birthday? It was great. Had a great day, honestly. Super chill. And the cake was delicious. I still have a bunch of it left. But I did have a big, fat, hearty slice last night, and it was great. Things have been pretty chill overall for like the last 48 hours. And that's nice, man, because life can sometimes be crazy and all over the place. And I'm down for some chill action. Trevor, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Some, you got like a foot of snow where you are, still lots on the ground. I'm ready for snow, 100%. Like, I love the Christmas vibe so much. It is my favorite holiday of the year. Like, my birthday is good times because, I mean, who doesn't like their birthday, right? But Christmas dwarfs it big time. Big time. Shelton, can it just be December forever? You'll learn to love Mariah Carey if you have to. At a certain point, we'll get tired of the cold and it won't feel as special. But, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the optimal amount of time for a Christmas season to be is. I know that I don't get sick of it from the beginning of December up until Christmas. But I don't work a job where I have to go and listen to Christmas music blasted all day or deal with Christmas starting like 2 months earlier. So this is my personal perspective as somebody who puts most Christmas stuff on hold until after his birthday. But, you know, Carly wanted to start taking Christmas decorations out yesterday and getting them kind of ready to start putting them up for the day. And I don't have a problem with that, man, because I'm hyped about the season. So it's like, yeah, get everything out. Get everything out. We got a bunch of funky new stuff, so we're putting it all over the place. Got a whole bunch of random thrift shop Christmas stuff. And that combined with things acquired from family and previous Christmases, it's really starting to build up into a considerable amount of stuff that gets spread around looking pretty awesome. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. Just nope, no snow, bro. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do I rate my birthday yesterday? I'd say like probably like it's got to be at the top end, so I don't know, like an 8 maybe, you know. I've done birthdays that have been way more crazy and over the top, and this was it's like 8 for overall, but from a low key birthday perspective, 10, you know. I'm happy with it. I'm good. You don't always need to go places and do stuff. And I already traveled right at the end of October for that Grand Archive stuff. So I'm good. I'm good with a little homebound version, you know? Drunkle, you love Christmas, but you don't miss snow, especially snow belt snow? Well, I suppose I can't fault you. If you're just like, bro, snow's a hassle and I don't want to deal with it. I get you. It is enchanting in some ways and a huge hassle in others. But it does genuinely impact the way that it feels to not have snow. Christmas doesn't feel as Christmassy without snow. People who live in a place where they don't have snow, then obviously it's going to feel the same to you either way. But snow, out of all the seasons, snow is the starkest change, right? All the trees are just completely bereft of leaves. Everything is covered in the snow, the cloak of snowiness, right? So it's the most transformative of all of the seasons. And it's just got an overall particular vibe, like the cold is awful. Like they say, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful, right? So it can be unpleasant outside, but the contrast of coming in from that unpleasantness into a pleasant indoor warm environment, it's right up there, bro. It's very satisfying. Some you prefer snow to bugs? Agreed. Agreed. I'd rather deal with snow than crazy insects all year round. Hanlo, you like to build well-rounded decks instead of lopsided decks? Well, if you stack up all your cards like Jenga straight, none of your decks can be lopsided, bro. None of them. So, yeah, we started unboxing all the Christmas stuff. And it's like, yo, there are so many different things in these boxes. Right down to new items that were acquired last Christmas, like last Christmas season. And then throughout the year, Carly got like a little jigsaw Santa Claus. And by that I mean Santa rides that little bike that Jigsaw does in the Saw movies. So we got one of those, Santa with the globe. We got all kinds of funky little things. And last year, I guess we got the full Funko set of the claymation Rudolph video, right? So that's pretty sweet. They got a Charlie in the box. Very random, but also awesome. Otto, hey, don't know why, but you weren't expecting a stream today? Well, the stream has abruptly appeared in a field, and you have been enveloped into it. This is the livest of streams that moves of its own accord. It has become sentient. Hanlo, where you are, it's good, dry, and mild this time of year. Well, that's definitely different than what we got going on. I do like rain, but like snow. Snow is enjoyable to a degree. I wouldn't want to deal with the amount of snow they have where I come from in Newfoundland, where some years there'd be so much snow you have to jump out your second story window with a shovel so you can shovel out to your door. Just like insane. Imagine that. Imagine snow piled up past the first floor of your house. It's just like, okay then. You got some big ass snowbanks. So when you think about it for a minute, you're like, oh, it'd be cool. You could dig tunnels through it and have like a big snow fort. And it's like, yeah, like greatly impedes regular everyday life, So I just want enough snow to give the overall Christmas experience feeling of good times, but not so much that it's a giant hassle, I do have that festive eggnog to try out, and we put out a bunch of different different decorations today. I found a translucent whatever kind of plastic it's made of. It looks good. It looks like it's made of glass basically, but it's not, right? So it's like a stag, and there's this other little Christmas kind of scene thing that Carly picked up a few years ago that I thought the stag would look good beside, and it turns out that actually has a stag motif on it too. And it's funny because I don't normally care that much about decoration and the overall look of things, but when it comes down to the Christmas stuff, I get into the vibe of getting different pieces that go together and where they're going to get placed, you know? Drunko, that was your university experience? Snow halfway up your window on the second floor? Snow's great for children, but is extra work for adults. There you go. The magic has been sucked out of our lives like the Hunger Games, except, instead of food, it's our will to live, our will to go on, and the extra work it's everything's just work, right? Like, do you want to spend all day digging out a fort and then you're just gonna sit in the fucking snow in the cold and go, this sucks, why do I even want to be in here? You know what I mean? Like, I'm inside a snowbank right now. I've hollowed out a cavity inside of a snowbank, and I'm inside here like a fort. And I have to crawl around in this place, and it's like, and my knees hurt, and the cold is seeping into my joints, and it's just, I'm uncomfortable sitting down here on the ground. Why do I want to do any of this shit? Right? What up, Gerthulu? How you doing, buddy? Oh. Jess, if you ain't feeling anything, you may as well just stop, bro. You're just wasting your time at that point. Doing something unhealthy that you get literally no feeling or benefit from. What's even the point? Waste of time and money. And that's the worst combination you can have, is wasting your time and your money at the same time. What up, DB? Thanks, buddy. Like the whole, like, I value my time and knowing the value of your time thing is cliche, but it's also absolutely a reality. And the more you think about it, the crazier it gets when you think about how much time you feel like you have versus how much time you actually have, and how you choose to spend that time, thinking that you'll I'll get around to doing this thing. But will you? Will you just put it off for X number of years, and then it just, boom, you just never do it, right? Like, that's a reality for so many things. The things you choose to do close the door for other things. But sitting there and choosing to do nothing is also a choice that closes all kinds of doors. It's all insane. Being a human is ridiculous. Just be a regular old animal. Check it out, I'm a mole. I'm going to worry about digging a hole in the ground and not get caught up in existential insanity. Hey, Procstream Super Chat says, I hope you had a great birthday weekend. Why, thank you, good sir. I have. How you been doing? Has life been treating you well? Jess, it's still a waste of time, bro. Even if you're doing something alongside of it, you could be doing something else alongside. Like, if you're watching a show while you're doing something that's a waste of time and money, you could switch into watching a show while doing something that's not a waste of time and money, right? So I don't really buy that as an argument. I do not buy that one, bro. Proc, been busy with work? Well, that's not too shabby, right? Being busy with work gives you something to focus on, keeps your mind from wandering to too much nonsense. Working takes care of paying your bills, so there's a lot to be said for it. As long as you don't let it 100% consume your existence, unless you love your work, in which case, hell yeah, let it consume your existence. Why not? Why not? What up, every day? Drunko, you agree on human condition. You hiked a mountain peak yesterday. The top was big granite boulders. People had chiseled their names in, which means they came with chisels. to the point where the government ran electricity to the top to install CT. Yeah, I mean, that's what people do, right? People carve their names into stuff, write their names on things. That happens like everywhere, all the time, man. Justin, you should take up a different hobby that involves using your hand. Paint stuff. Paint stuff, or take up knitting like Buddy from Demolition Man. For real. If you are smoking and it's just for something to do while you're watching stuff and you're not going to get anything from it, you could literally spend the money you're spending on that on something else that would be probably more satisfying in the longer run and definitely healthier, bro. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's a terrible reason. That's a terrible reason to smoke. Just something to do, you know? Start knitting. Oh no, there you go. You just said if your pie coin becomes real money, you're gonna buy paints and learn to paint. Well, listen, man, you're overcomplicating it, bro. Go to a dollar store. Go to like the Dollar Tree or whatever, where it's like $1.50 an item or whatever. Maybe it's up to like $1.75 or $2 an item. Either way, it's affordable, right? So go there. You can get a set of brushes for like all together in one package. You can get like random paper, or they have other things that you can paint on there. And they have paints at the dollar store, man. Like you can get bottles of paint for like $1.50 a bottle or whatever. And they're big bottles of paint. They're not like the little Games Workshop Citadel paints where you pay for like a shot glass worth of paint and you pay like $5. You get a big fat honking bottle of paint, man. Right? And that paint's pretty thick. You can even water it down the tiniest bit if you want to, depending on what you're using it for. But either way, you can just grab a number of those paints and just paint cheaply. It doesn't matter. Just mess around. Just mess around. Paint some stuff, bro. You don't have to wait until you're rich. And if that's something that you think, what would I do if I had a whole bunch of money? And then you realize you can still do that thing without spending, like without having to have the money in the first place to spend on this big thing that you think you need, where you need an easel and all this stuff. But honestly, you just need the paints, paintbrush, and something to paint on. And you can get all that stuff very, very affordably. Like 100%. So I encourage you to do it. Painting is satisfying, man. I like to paint. And I was just recently thinking about what I'm going to do when it comes to painting this little guy here. I have to go out to the dollar store and get myself some paints because the Games Workshop stuff it's not worth getting. The veil has been lifted from my eyes. You can get cheap paint, dollar store paint, more than good enough. Hey, Squirrel says, happy birthday, Perp. Thanks for all you do. Cheers to another year of laughs and good times. Well, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, brother. I agree with that. And you know what? Actually, I'll raise my mug a cider to that. Thanks, man. But yeah, for real, just do it up, man. Get yourself some of the paints and paper and stuff. You know what you should get as well? Yeah, who cares about high quality materials? Like, listen, man, especially if you don't know how to paint, right? You're getting way ahead of yourself. It might turn out that you don't even like painting. That might just be your doorway into figuring out what you do like, where it's like what you actually want is something close to being like painting. And so you try it and find out if you like it or don't. But like the paint you get from the dollar store isn't bad paint. It's not garbage paint, for real. It's totally good. Like, well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say good paint, but it's absolutely acceptable, regular level paint for whatever purposes. So yeah, just get yourself some paint. It's gonna save you money in the long run if you don't paint from the bottle of paint. So open the bottle of paint, squeeze some of the paint out into like a lid of some kind of plastic lid. You can actually buy like a paint palette thing if you want, right? You might have seen those being used before, but you put your different paints in it, right? So you just put a little bit of paint onto some plastic lid or the palette, and then you keep the bottle of paint closed. You don't paint out of the bottle because it'll drop. You'll ruin your bottle of paint, you know? So you just squeeze out the amount that you need. You can get a lot done with dollar store paint bottles. And the dollar store also have like awesome wooden things to paint. I like getting wooden boxes. Like when I was on my, I haven't done much with it in all honesty, but you don't have to do a lot. It's all in what level you want to do. So when I went on my honeymoon, I got this 4-drawer box, and it was just this regular unpainted wood, and I just painted it blue. Sometimes I do a lot more, sometimes I do less, but it's enjoyable. And it's definitely better to do that than to just fucking smoke something that's not even doing anything for you. Drunkle, it's even crazier is GW washes. It's their own paint watered down at the same price. That's funny. Farky, something highly recommended in the minis painting community is the little silicone fidget toys to put paint into. I don't think I know what those are. It's what I use works well, and you can just pop out the dried paint when you're done. Oh, you mean like it's like a little square, and it's just like it's similar to bubble wrap. You just pop the little, so it's got all these little divots essentially. Like one side is the bubbles, and when you pop them, they just move to the other side. Because that actually sounds like a pretty smart idea. What up, Pots? I feel like I actually have some dollar store paints around, but I'm not sure where they've gone to. And I have paintbrushes because I still have those left over from when I collected minis. But for real, I'm telling you, Jess, one last time, bro. One last time. It's a way healthier choice, and you can get into painting and see how it feels. You don't have to just paint with paintbrushes. You can get weird with it. I once went to the park and painted with the stem of a leaf, so, and parts of the leaf too, right? So, who cares? Just mess about. Just mess about. Farky, those square or circular, they're great for it. Well, I'm going to bear that in mind. The next time I see one, I'm going to evaluate it from the perspective of how well it would work as a paint palette. Because, yeah, I like painting. I definitely enjoy painting, like, wooden boxes and other things like that. Wooden plaques. So, they usually have a decent selection of different crafty things at the dollar stores. And I love crafty stuff. It's fun. It's satisfying. There's just something about it, you know? So, I got this little figurine who literally is the dude from the old Alpha Crusade card. So I'm going to do something fun with him. Oh, I could maybe I could turn him into a life counter if I can find out where I put I have the base from an old Scry life counter. This might be the perfect model to put on it to make a custom rotating metal base Magic the Gathering life counter. Oh, Drunkle's also down to try that fidget thing for painting. Jess, you failed at painting for a business. It was all drippy. I imagine it would be different. Oh, wait, what do you mean? Like painting people's walls and houses and stuff? I feel like if you're going to do something like that, you'd be better off getting yourself hired at get yourself hired at a construction company first. Something like that. Where you literally get paid to paint people's walls, so they teach you the techniques, and then you get paid to learn, and then you put that learn into use, you know? Dale, fancy brushes are sometimes squirrel hair. You could use roadkill for brushes. First of all, I don't use brushes. I use combs. Secondly, Yeah, my lady ain't gonna go for that. She ain't gonna be down with no roadkill for a brush, bro. That's not gonna happen. Now I'm wondering, where did that paint go? I think I might still have some cans of primer as well. What up? Yeah, Magoro! So last year had an advent calendar extravaganza. Had like what felt like a dozen different advent calendars. So this year didn't get any advent calendars. Not even like the chocolate one day at like one a day whatever chocolate advent calendars, let alone any of the crazier ones. So uh it turns out though, I got a fancy tea advent calendar last year and it got tucked away up on the shelf and pretty much forgotten about. And when I took it down, I guess I never really went through it like normally the first time when I got it. So it's it's still got almost every tea in there. It's only missing three different teas. Today it was I was disappointed. The first tea was missing is the Earl Grey cream Earl Grey, which is like my favorite tea. So I had that one last year from the calendar. But then there's like two other days randomly missing, and I think it's because I didn't do the calendar. I didn't get it until like Christmas, something like that. I think it might have actually been a Christmas present. So I pulled out a couple of the teas and tried them, but left the rest. So there's still like 22 to 23 different days worth of teas. And I'm filling in the missing days with these green tea full on flowers that you put into a glass teapot and they like bloom out into a full on flower and have different tastes that are fairly subtle. And Carly likes that. We had one today because the Earl Grey tea wasn't there. We had something Sunset Love, I believe is what it's called. And Carly enjoyed it. It's close to chamomile tea. She said it's like chamomile, but doesn't taste like chamomile. And to me, I quantified the taste as not unpleasant, but it made me think of lawn clippings. Doomblade, you got a new phone for Black Friday. It's a Z Flip 6. You've been loving it so far, but you're paranoid about it breaking randomly. There is that, man. I keep my phones in cases that are waterproof and are designed to like lessen the impact of impacts. So I have my phone full on encased, which has turned out pretty well actually. I'm way more paranoid ever since my previous phone got. I fell down a hill when I was trying to record a video. I fell down a hill and my phone fell into a snowbank and it got ruined. It got ruined. So now I have it in a protective, like full on to the point where even the charge port is closed over, where it's like you have to actually pry it open. And it's worked out. It's worked out. You got some of the flower teas for your aunt. They were neat and tasted okay. It is neat. It is a funky little concept. And I'm curious to see what some of the other ones taste like. Jess, nope. Nope, I definitely didn't hear about that one, buddy. Sucks that you're missing out. Spurl, how did I fall down a hill? Because it was snowy and icy, and I was walking along with my camera recording, and I slipped and tripped and fell. And I think I still have the footage somewhere, so it might one day make it into a video or blog, because that's the kind of stuff I was trying to record. It was like a snowy, wet walk. It was crazy. It was pretty miserable, actually. I can remember how miserable it felt, and I believe I do still have the visuals to show how miserable it was. And yeah, I fell down the hill, and my phone fell obviously as well, and snow went into its charge port, and from that point on, the phone gave me more and more problems. And it was really frustrating because I used that phone for all the channel related stuff. And I hated that phone too because it had a curved screen. And man, do I hate curved screen phones. It's a gimmick with no real benefit. And I got suckered in, man. Doomblade, the phone you bought breaks easily from using the flip feature, but it's cool because you can use some of the apps without opening your phone and just use the front screen. Oh, man. I wish I was still fucking young and stupid. You know? You know when you're young and dumb and you'll do something fucking stupid because you know it's cool? Like you'll buy a piece of shit phone that you know will break, but you can show your friends and be like, look, it's cool. I can do this needless thing. Some of the apps I can use on the phone like front, which is cool because opening the phone's a no-no. No, see, when you buy this, the whole thing is you don't flip it. It should be called the X Flip because you don't flip it open because it might break. This is so that people think I'm fucking cool. I'm cool and smart. Fuck, Doomblade, you're making me feel old. I wish I was fucking young and dumb and I would go and get something like that. Ruben, you stopped buying Magic after Bloomborough. The endless wave of standard legal sets that are coming have left you hopeless that you have a collection of everything needed. Oh yeah, there's no keeping up. Even on digital platforms, there's no keeping up at this point. Everything is like just hurtling along at a crazy pace. But hey man, enjoy what you can. Have fun with what you can, because at a certain point, the ride stops, either for you or for Magic, right? It don't go backwards. Time don't travel in the opposite direction. So, get what you like and complain about what you don't. That's my philosophy. Get yourself a phone you can't open because it might break. What? Like, why, man? What the fuck? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? It's like, check it out. Ladies, I can play Tetris on the front of my phone. Who wants to touch my dick? Gerthu, you're just going to peck at Foundations as none of the other sets interest you, especially not Aether Drift. It's all you can do. Ignore the sets that you don't like, or just, if you're going to buy packs or boxes, buy them of sets that you know you're going to like. And then for the other stuff, just pick up specific singles. If you need Jimmy Tonic's car wrench or whatever, if you need to get the fucking infinite spark plug for your deck, if you need to get the window, if you need to get squeegee kids who run out and squeegee your fucking windshield for drug money, you know, they got a bunch of piercings and they're going to cough disease on you if you don't give them money. Like, all that. Just buy those individual singles for your deck and enjoy all the flavor of Magic the Gathering. Doomblade, normally it costs $1,000, but you got it for $600 on Friday. Well, that is a significant discount. So kudos on the savings. And now when it breaks in a week from you fucking opening it, then you can only feel like you're like, damn, I only lost $600 instead of $1,000. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I gotta get the folding screen though, bro. Didn't you know you could bring up a chick on there and then looking at her and then you can fold it closed and it folds along the titty line and it's the best thing ever. Just people will focus on things and get it in their head. Like they'll be like, oh, I keep losing because they're just paying attention to their losses and not to their wins, right? People tilt themselves easily. We're all just animals at the end of the day. You know, it's the same way that like people will feel that Arena is totally slated against them. They'll be like, this game's stacked and rigged against me and it's bullshit. But then when other people are getting hosed the same way, they don't think, oh, ha, 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 Arena's hosing them. They're just like, yeah, I got good luck. Or, yeah, I'm getting them. I'm screwing them up. I'm fucking this guy up. But they don't think to themselves, oh, that person's getting hosed. Nobody ever thinks arena's rigged on behalf of their opponent, right? It's not the way it goes. We get biases where you just become sure this kind of thing is going on. And because there's no way to actually see the information underneath it and prove that it's not, the rumors will persist. The rumors will persist. So I got a feeling this is going to be the month. This will be the year where I watch the most Christmas and holiday specials ever. So we're going to be watching like a new Christmas movie every night with other ones intermixed. Oh yeah, I just realized I get to have some more of that cake tonight. Hell yeah, more birthday cake, motherfucker! Jess, you got tired of arena because you wrote down your win and losses a bunch of times, played 10 games, got 50% wins every time and quit. But arena does seem to be set up in a way where it wants to keep you close to 50-50. But like, even the best Magic players playing on the Pro Tour and stuff like that only had like a fucking 60-something% win rate, man. Magic isn't something where you just become like, I win 99% of my games. So that's silly. Is using an app like Untapped on Arena considered unfair? I don't know about other people, Dan Lee, but I don't care what apps people use to try and figure out stuff for themselves. Doomblade, fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. You make a fair point in reference of ghost videos. Oh, I forgot about that. Gave Carly the bacon chocolate stuff to try. She didn't care for it. Didn't really care. It has good stat tracking. Yeah. That's fine, Danley. I think tons of people use that anyways. Don't they? Yeah. There's a bunch of people using that to keep track of their arena stats. Well, fair enough, Jess. If you're not happy playing arena, then don't play it, right? No point in that. No point in that, buddy. I only play arena when I'm having a good time with it. If I stop having a good time, I stop playing. Now that they have the starter deck queue, I tend to have more fun messing about in there anyways. So if I'm not playing something else, that's usually where you'll find me messing about. I'm what is it? 4,000? A little less than 4,000 gold away from 600,000 gold. And now I'm tempted to try to get to 1,000,000 gold on Arena just for the hell of it, you know? Millmaster's membership message says, "What's up, birthday ball bag? My faith in humanity, Millmaster, you fucking cockblaster." Zircon just doesn't use a life tracker. He just makes up a life total randomly. He doesn't know how to play Magic. You know when you're playing something with a 4-year-old and they just put things down on the table and they're like, "I won!" And you're like, "You sure did." And then they're like, "Yeah, I did it." That's how people treat Jess when it comes to Magic the Gathering. Millmaster was definitely above average, buddy. Definitely above average. I have watched so much House recently, like yesterday and today. Just been like binging episodes of House, and it's so random. It's so random with its like, oh, we've got this kind of drama now. They keep trying to have drama, like heavy level drama. Oh my God, Wilson's gonna give up part of his liver for somebody. And it's like, yeah, giving up part of your liver is a big deal. Like that has long-term medical impact on your life. But we know it's not going to make any impact on this character in the show, and it doesn't mean anything. So the fact that he did it doesn't mean anything. Like, this is this huge thing, and it's like, but it will not impact the story or anything that will occur in any meaningful way. So you're just like, big thing is happening, and it's like, I cannot believe the amount of indifference that I have towards this big thing you are doing. That's how it's going. We're in season 6 now, and I'm looking forward to getting to the end. The end. I feel like the end is coming in sight, because it's just like the chick who's in charge of the hospital, Cuddy or whatever, she's now dating some private investigator guy who's going all vindictive on House or something, and it's just whatever. They bought a condo and are living in it now, and that's the condo that she wanted to live in, and it's like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, what? This show is supposed to be like a medical drama, not a fucking really, really garbagey soap opera, right? Some, you like the episode that has a day in the life of Cuddy? I've seen that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that one. The one where Buddy was like trapped in his own body, and they just had like Mos Def or whatever, like doing a dub over, and it's just just awful. Oh, actually, I got caught in a thread on my pants. It's pulled up. Oh well, whatever. Have I watched Big Fish? I feel like I've seen that movie like a really long time ago. Is that the one about a dude who tells a bunch of stories about his life that seem fantastical, and like there's a really tall guy too, and then it turns out that he does know these fantastical people? For the Locked In Syndrome episode. Yeah, it wasn't a good episode, man. Like, House hasn't become terrible, but it went from like, oh man, this is great, I don't want to miss a minute of it, to how much attention do I need to pay? Before it was sitting and staring at the episode the entire time. Now it's like, well, I could play Arena while House is playing on the television over there, right? Like, why not? Why not? I've got almost 350 boosters on Arena. I haven't been doing any of the set completions. I've mostly just been playing the starter deck stuff, and then in a draft here or there. I did get pulled in by the Omniscience Duskmourn drafting, and I played a bunch of those and had a great time. But overall, I've just been mostly starter deck challenging, and most of the time playing with that blue-green deck because I like it. Doomblade, watch House through YouTube Shorts, because it's the same thing every episode of them not trusting House, then House goes against him and he's right every time. Well, he's not right like every single time anymore. He can be wrong, but very rarely. But the recipe is like, we were watching an episode yesterday, and they went to the guy, oh, you just have this condition, after they had already like dealt with something else. Like, you only have this, you just have this condition. It's real simple. You just need these 2 pills. And he's like, just these 2 pills? That's it? And I'm cured? And I'm like, yep, that's it. No problem. And then 5 minutes later in the episode, he's foaming at the mouth like a demon. Blah, 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 like, and the fucking chick who's with him is like, you said those 2 pills would cure him. What's going on? And it's like, this is what this show is. They come in, and then they'll be like, you got fucking vasculitis, bro. We got to pound these pills up your butt. Oh, nope. Oh, we didn't need to do that. Oh, no, his fucking butthole's gone necrotic. Oh, shit. Okay, well, that didn't work. So now we've got to fucking fry his bone marrow with fucking with radiation. And then they'll be like, we can't do that to him. It'll shut down his immune system, and it'll be easy prey for whatever. And House will always say the same thing. Oh, you gotta do it or he'll fucking die. Like, that's what he says all the time. And he'll literally, like, In the same episode, he'll insist 4 different times that he has the right diagnosis and they have to do these tests or the patient will die. And people will rightfully say to him, before we fucking blast his bone marrow, shouldn't we do a test? And Babs will be like, do a test if you want him to die. Like, that's pretty much his go-to over and over. Whatever you want to do is going to kill him. Whatever I want to do is going to save him. We did what you wanted to do. We fucking burned out his entire immune system. Yeah, well, fuck it. Now we're going to do this. And it's like, that might kill him. Well, he's dead anyway, so fucking do it. Fire, for some reason, New Jersey has an epidemic of uncommon and rare diseases, according to House. It's funny how much they just experiment on people. And, like, going out and breaking into people's houses to see what they ate for breakfast and stuff. Like, it's so ridiculous. At one point, House kidnaps a famous guy, and it's just like, I'm going to experiment on you. What is going on? There was a neighbor in the building that he lived in, and he fucking went to his apartment and injected him. He injected him with knockout drugs. And then fucking tied him up and made him stick his arms in a box. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Spurl, has anyone seen the show Weeds? Yes. I saw a number of seasons of it, actually. That's the one that has the intro song that talks about everyone living in similar boxes, ticky-tack houses or whatever, and they all look just the same. Pretty sure that's the theme song for that show. About an herb dealer. That stuff is way more quaint now that you can just go, at least in Canada, you can just go to the fucking weed shop the same way you could go to the place where you can buy booze. They just recently changed things now, actually, where convenience stores sell booze. Where you can just go to any convenience store now and pick up beer and whatever. Which is going to make prices more competitive. Which ain't too shabby for people who like to drink. But I don't really drink, so for me, it's just they're selling another thing that I don't care about. Spurl, is it good? You were thinking about watching it? I remember finding it enjoyable when I watched it. So I don't remember it being bad. Millmaster recommends the best of Lee Pace, Pushing Daisies, Halt, and Catching Fire. Is Lee Pace the director? I remember Pushing Daisies. That's about the guy who brings people back to life by touching them, but then when he touches them again, they die. So there's this chick that he's in love with, and he's touched her, and she's come back to life, but they can never touch. They have to, like, fucking kiss through saran wrap and shit. I remember that. But I don't know Halt or Catch Fire. Jess, you're going to the dollar store? I'll get yourself some paint while you're there, buddy. Get yourself some paint while you're there. Lee Pace. Okay, so he's the actor. All right. Lee Pace is in Foundation too. I haven't checked out Foundation, but I have heard about it. But yeah, no, Weeds wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad overall. Yeah, just check it out, man. When you get there, you'll find that they have a bunch of paint bottles for cheap, and you can get a set of brushes for the price of like one bottle of paint. It's worth it, man. It's worth it. It'll be more satisfying overall and healthier. So you just win straight up, bro. Weird. That's what happens with trying to look at information online where it's not updating properly. You just go, ah. Mailmaster, yeah, he's an actor. I'm familiar with him. I know I've seen him. I've seen him in things. Halt and Catch Fire is probably one of the top 10 dramas you've ever watched. It's one of your favorite series. Nice. I've literally never heard of it before today. Have I decided on Christmas movie list yet? I have a bunch of movies that we wrote down when we were talking about Christmas movies a few days ago. So, just diving in. Tonight we're going to start out with Jingle All the Way. So there's some there's some Christmas movies that other people are way more familiar with that I've only seen maybe once. We're going to have those in the mix as well as new ones. So yeah. We're starting out with a simple one tonight, although when it comes to Christmas movies, let's be real, they're pretty much all simple. And then tomorrow I have to put together a list of movies of my best, because we're going to talk about the best movies we watched in 2024. We got multiple projects on the go for the movie review channel. Jess, you've been hired to do a Medusa picture. You should paint her making out with Optimus Prime, bro. Just randomly include that. What the hell? Why is Optimus Prime in here? It worked for Magic the Gathering, bro. So why not? Right? No, Jess, he's acting as if when he's saying you've been hired to do a Medusa picture. He's asking like, oh, a Medusa picture, as in a movie. Are you playing the role of Medusa? Because he's saying you're fucking ugly, bro. Namiya says, Die Hard on my Christmas movie list? No. No, I recognize some people consider it a Christmas movie, but I'm talking about actual Christmas movies. Like, if you make a movie that's about a guy who fucks dogs, and that's what he does, like, if you make a movie called Dog Fucker, and this guy just fucks all kinds of different breeds of dogs throughout the whole movie, but, like, at the beginning of the movie, you showed a Christmas tree, and in the background, while he's banging one of the hounds, you get jingle bell rock, right? Like that's not a fucking Christmas movie. If he has to fuck the dogs so that Santa will gain his belief in mankind back and deliver Christmas toys to the children of his village, so then yeah, that's a fucking Christmas movie, right? So if Bruce Willis had to fuck a dog to convince Santa Claus to bring toys to the children, then I would consider Die Hard to be a Christmas movie. It's pretty straightforward. Kevin, what do I think of Loot making the top 10 sales of the week? I think it's signs of the end time, bro. I think it's the apocalypse, really. I'll tell you what it's not. It's not a fucking Christmas movie. Jingle All the Way is probably the closest thing there is to a Black Friday movie. Is that your opinion on the Black Friday movie, Millmaster? Because there is a movie literally called Black Friday. Far am I adding old TV specials? I saw you said on the lust. Oh, you fucking dirty bastard, man. What are you looking at, like old Mrs. Kringle and thinking that you wanted to touch your fucking dingle? Is that what's going on? Huh? And yes, old Christmas specials doesn't have to be movies. 100% specials are absolutely part of the mix. All that Christmas themed goodness. It'll probably be like a Christmas movie at night to end off the day, and then Christmas specials during the day. And I imagine more Christmas specials when we get closer to actual Christmas, but we're starting off similar to the way it went for Horror Month, starting off this month with just a bunch of Christmas films. Whangarang! Thanks, buddy. Your favorite Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life. You recommend that and Violent Night and Christmas Chronicles. All right, recommendations have been made. So a Christmas movie has to have Santa in it? Nope. Nope. If you take that example about fucking dogs and you make it so you need to fuck the dog so that the old lady who runs the orphanage learns about Christmas and her heart grows. You know, you're just trying to fucking put way too specific rules on it when it has to evoke the feeling of Christmas. You got to feel Christmas deep in your ball bag, bro. Spro, you just heard something about a Magic Death Ray set. Is that real? You're just hearing about it now? Yeah, that's Aether Drift. That's the next set, bro. Vroom, vroom, beep, beep. Get in my Jeep. Get your gasoline. We're huffing gas and hauling ass tonight, motherfucker. Fire, is the Claymation Christmas on the list, the one with the California raisins? I want to find that one and show it to Carly, because I remember seeing it when I was younger, but I don't think she's seen it. Kevin Will Vinton's Claymation Christmas? Look at, he knows the director or whatever. So yeah, it's obvious to tell what makes a Christmas movie. That's right, Air. Sometimes you gotta fuck a dog to save Christmas. Some, you like Futurama's Christmas? Yeah, the one where they have the Santa Claus is just an insane robot who wants to punish everybody. It's pretty amusing. Hwangarang! Super Chat says, hashtag happy birthday. Thank you, good sir. I appreciate it very much. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in older Christmas specials rather than newer ones, you know? Like, I don't watch stuff like Olive the Other Reindeer, which I think had like Drew Barrymore. It might not even be considered that new now. So what happens as you age. You get a wider range for what you consider new. Far, the DVD is on Amazon. All right. All right. Well, I guess I heard it through the grapevine, huh? Yeah, I was thinking about checking out, like, just, I don't know specifically the exact shows. Maybe like the Raccoons and the Snorks and whatever else. We watched the Smurfs Christmas stuff, and they just sang a guy out of existence. It was wild. Just wild. Alvin and the Chipmunks cartoon had a good Christmas special. Used to have it taped off TV. Haven't seen it in forever. I don't remember the Alvin and the Chipmunks cartoon Christmas special, but I feel like I saw it as a kid. I definitely remember the Christmas Don't Be Late song by the Chipmunks, because that is like a Christmas banger, bro. Millmaster, you watch Trading Places, Muppet Christmas, and the Winona Ryder Little Women as our Christmas movies. What the hell is Little Women? Is it about women living the prairie life? They live in the prairie Quaker life? Some they still play that song on the radio? Hell yeah, man. Remember when radio stations briefly stopped playing Baby It's Cold Outside? Because they were like, some people found the song to be offensive, so we stopped playing it. And people kept calling the radio stations and going, hey, why don't you play Baby It's Cold Outside? And when they explained the reason that they weren't, they just kept getting laughed at. And so they just went, okay, just go back to playing it. But like John Legend made a version of Baby It's Cold Outside where he's trying to like pander to the people who found it offensive. So like in the original, he's like trying to convince this chick to stay with him, right? And like people are like, there's a line where she says, "What's in this drink?" And it's like, yeah, back then that was a way of calling the person you're with cheap and that they didn't put enough booze in your drink for you, bro. So it was like literally this guy's just saying like, hey, you should stay. It's cold outside. Stay here with me, kind of thing, right? And so then like John Legend does his version and she's like, it's cold out. And he's like, I agree with you. I should leave. I agree with you. I should really be going. Yeah, I agree with you. You should be going. I have to go. Yes, you do have to go. I called the cab for you. The cab is here. You can hear her getting into the cab. I didn't touch her. I will not have charges pressed against me. It's just like, what is this song? What is this? Break stop. You spend all day playing 7 games of Magic back to back. Nice. A day spent playing Magic is a time well spent. Kevin Gremlins. I don't know if I don't count it as a Christmas movie. Have I seen the Pac-Man cartoon Christmas special? Maybe. Maybe. Nami, it's a fun Christmas movie of Santa's Little Helper with The Miz and Paige Saraya. What? What? If you want terrible Christmas shows, you could try Star Wars Christmas. I don't want terrible. I don't want terrible Christmas stuff. I want enjoyable Christmas stuff. I want heartwarming, fun, like whatever. When it comes to Christmas, I'm all for the schmaltzy. Oh, everyone's having a happy, warm Christmas. They learned the lesson of Christmas. Oh, I'm glad that I banged those dogs to teach Santa to come back to our town. Like there's this special, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, where Santa Claus stops delivering presents to an entire town because somebody wrote a letter to a newspaper. And Santa got pissed and was like, fuck this town. I'm not delivering presents to anybody in this town because of what one person said. It's like if somebody left a shitty comment on one of Santa's YouTube videos and he was like, I'm not delivering presents to that dickhead's entire town. Like, that's what happens in this fucking movie. And so this guy goes out of his way to build this special clock that sings a song to get Santa to realize that he should come and give presents to the village or the town or whatever. So he makes this clock, and then this fucking little rat boy breaks the clock. And that same rat boy is the dickhead who wrote this shitty letter about Santa Claus to the newspaper and cost them their Christmas. Like one dickhead. And that's an entire fucking special based on the little reading, whatever you want to call it, the Christmas story, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Millmaster, that's how it goes, bro. Guess the wrong age, get the fucking bottle shank, bro. Kevin, you like almost any version of A Christmas Carol except this new one that's coming out? That's it, Mailmaster. He's got to step his game up. He got what he had coming. Seems totally logical and fair and reasonable to me. Age guessing is pretty hard. You're bad at it. Yeah, Jess, I mean, at this point, I can't tell the fucking ages of people. No idea. I remember when I was walking through this area where they were getting the parade set up the one year, and they had high school girls and fucking college girls in two different areas, and I couldn't tell when I had like crossed the threshold in terms of walking down the same road where all this is happening. And I'm like, I can't tell the high school girls from the college girls. They all just look super young to me. It's wild. So I have no idea the age of people when I'm looking at them, man. I mean, you can get like a rough guess, but no real idea. I ask Carly half the time because she seems to have a better beat on it. She's not as good with remembering faces, telling people's faces apart the same way, but determining people's ages. Wasn't there a Patrick Stewart Christmas Carol? Was there? Like Star Trek, like a Star Trek one? Star Trek's Christmas Carol. They didn't do any Christmas stuff, did they? Star Wars did, but Star Trek didn't? Or did they do like TV specials back in the day? Spurl, I don't look a day over 20. I look fucking 60, bro. I look 60 years old, man. I am a shambling corpse. Namis, you finally saw 8-Bit Christmas with Neil Patrick Harris. Same basis as Christmas Story, except he's retelling his child self trying to get a Nintendo. Oh, I never heard of that. I never heard of that one. Is it any good? Soft, the Ghostbusters Christmas Carol was fun. I didn't know they did one. Was Slimer like the ghost of Ebenezer Scrooge? I might check it out. Yeah, I might check that out at some point. But I won't if I don't think of it. Oh, it's the moonshine chocolate. Just trying to figure out what it was that was down here, man. Have I ever seen Yogi's First Christmas where Yogi Bear tries to stay awake instead of hibernating? I don't think so. I've seen very little Yogi, actually. Namius, it's pretty good if you're an 80s kid. Well, I definitely am. Look Who's Talking with John Travolta. As a Christmas movie? How would that be a Christmas movie, bro? How would that be a Christmas movie? Jess, you've come to see the truth that hot dogs in the microwave suck dick. Indeed. Melmaster Yogi's First Christmas is 10 out of 10 one of your favorites. Can still hear the raspy voice of the hermit in your head. Fair enough. I do like the quaint older stuff. Harley found some old Christmas specials, so I don't know what it is that she's located. What up, Juglum? How you doing, buddy? No room for these guys on the bottom of the board anymore. Now that we got this metal sign. Metal Christmas sign. Isn't Scrooged basically a Christmas Carol? Yes. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Bob, have fun with your trip to Vegas, buddy. Have fun burning them bridges. Man, it's been a good year. I've been reflecting on it overall. It has been a good year. And I'm looking forwards to 2025. I don't know. I got caught up in some nonsense earlier in the year, and my mind isn't wasting time on that anymore. And I'm 100% focused on just trying to enjoy myself as much as possible with what's going on. And I'm really hyped about this particular Christmas season. Jess, can I arm curl 40 pounds? I can arm curl 470 pounds, bro. You wouldn't even believe it. I can curl my hair. I can go curling, curl some butter. Oh, man, I'm starting to get hungry. Starting to get hungry. I got some honey roasted almonds right here. I'm just going to have a couple. The Care Bears Nutcracker Suite was pretty good from what you remember. I remember watching the Care Bears when I was a kid. But for some reason, I never go back and watch their stuff. Maybe I should. Honey roasted almonds, that's legit, bro. Yeah, these are tasty. Jess, you got crazy week after you stopped working? Well, if you don't have a reason to use your muscles, they'll start to shrink, right? You start to atrophy. Because your body's like, we don't need this, right? Because we're meant to be running around in an animal world, not like living in the world that we've built for ourselves. We got a bunch of advantages from it, but you just sit there and it's just like, oh, great. I'm weaker now because of this. It's funny how it works, man. What? Millmaster, rare exports on a Christmas Eve in Finland. Santa Claus is unearthed in an archaeological dig. Soon after, children start disappearing, leading a boy and his father to capture Santa. What is he, murdering people? Juggle, yeah, you like that? Less Santa, more mistletoe, buddy. Yeah, Jess, you got to put in the effort to get it back. Apparently, though, it's easier to get it back than if you were just somebody who had to build it up the first time around. So there is that. But it's easy to lose your progress, man. You know, I had been watching what I was eating and getting exercise, and I was losing weight, and now I've put most of that weight back on from all of the holiday eating, all the candy that we got from Halloween, and then a bunch of junk food for my birthday and all of it, and I've pretty much put the weight back on. So, the human body, right? Never seen this one, but it's by Rankin and Bass. The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. Wait a minute. What? It tells the story of Santa Claus explaining why he deserves to be made immortal. Yo, I've never heard of this one. Unless I've seen it and don't remember. some good find, bro. I'm definitely interested in that one. These nuts is tempting. Yeah, these are good. Carly's already swapped out all of our mugs for the Christmas mugs. See this little Christmas bear? That's the way it goes, Jess. Everything's easier for your body when you're younger. When you're shiny and new. When you get older, things are more challenging. But the trade-off is, ideally, you have more experience and discipline so you can offset, right? Doomblade, you missed the old Frosty the Snowman episodes? I know the old Frosty the Snowman movie. It's not real. I mean, if you call it a movie, it's a special. It's probably like 25 minutes long. With the dude with the magical hat and all that. The messy. Like, I know that one, but I never saw like a Frosty the Snowman series. Juglum, hell yeah, buddy. I too love Christmas stuff. All the decorations, all the goodness. Ranganbass did A Christmas Carol, The Stingiest Man in Town. Huh. Well, you guys are telling me multiple ones I've never heard of. Because yeah, I love the old era stuff, man. Around the time of the claymation Rudolph, that's my sweet spot for Christmas specials. And I like old Christmas music from the 50s. Doomblade, The Muppets Christmas Carol, yep, that's solid. Millmaster, yeah. It would be a weird one. It would definitely be strange. Man, those nuts is tempting, bro. So yeah, it's the Christmas season, so I doubt I'm going to avoid too much rich eating now. But once the new year starts, I'm going to get back on track with the fucking exercise and weight loss. But not yet. Not yet. Kevin, if I don't mind sappy, some of the Hallmark movies aren't bad. I don't mind sappy, but I don't like garbage. So the Hallmark stuff seems pretty like just completely middle of the road, like whatever, you know, like it just exists. Something you could see playing in the background at like a hotel or something, right? Nobody, another vote for the Muppets Christmas Carol? Yeah, definitely a solid choice. Definitely a solid choice. Yeah, man. Christmas has the best vibe. The movies, the fucking music, the food, getting together with family. Jess, Home Alone was playing in the background at the LGS you went to today. Seems like a solid choice. Apparently there's another movie called The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus from 2000 based on a book by the guy that wrote Wizard Oz. I will keep that in mind. Thompson, what's up, buddy? You saw Gladiator 2 in theaters today? Nice. Well, yesterday you did that super chat when we were doing like a Plinko stream, but the stream had already ended, so we didn't have time to open a pack. We couldn't do it. But I got the pack here. I don't know if the camera's... Nope. All right. So, I'm going to crack this pack. The movie's entertaining, but very, very historically inaccurate. Well, I would expect that. I would expect it to be that way. Jess, you invited a guy to come play Magic. He played with other people the whole time and ignored his phone. You didn't notice, and didn't notice you were there until after you called. Oh, he just showed up and was just like, oh, I'm playing Magic with other people, and then just didn't bother to let you know on the phone. Just didn't text you. All right. We got a Steam Path Charger token. A foil Bonebind Orator. A Plains. Oh, shit. A special guest Sword of Fire and Ice. Now that is a sweet score, man. That's pretty good. All right. And a Mabel Heir to Cragflame. And then the uncommons are these three right here. What do we got for the commons? What do we got for common action? And then there's the commons. Man, that sword is a sweet score, bro. That is a sweet score. Also, do I have Mabel in my set? Sweet. I didn't actually have Mabel. I need this for my set of Bloomborough. How perfect is that? How perfect is that? Sword of Fire and Ice, man. That's a good score. The Christmas Martian and Alien comes to Canada at Christmas. Oh, that sounds awful. That sounds genuinely terrible. All right. Mabel crossed off the list, bro. All right, Kevin, see you later. Have a good one, my man. That was sweet. That was sweet indeed. Carly's putting up all the different decorations. We've got like red curtains that are like Santa's sack, you know? That kind of fabric and everything. And there is a fireplace banner that we put up that makes it look like we have a fireplace too. It's got a great vibe. I want to look at that sword a little bit more. Sword of Fire and Ice boy. Now that's a score. Was not expecting that, man. I forgot about the special guests, honestly. Floppy, you've opened 20 Bloomborough boosters and got every style of Mabel, including pre-release and promo. She keeps sneaking in your packs. You're not that indoor. Fair enough. Well, I needed one for my set. I actually got a foil one in the pack of collector Bloomborough, but I need the regular. No, but you had to buy a new tree because your cat destroys cables. That sucks. I had to get a new tree because the lights on our last one were broken while they got cut through, so that tree became useless. Millmaster Christmas Evil. A toy factory worker mentally scarred as a child upon learning Santa Claus is not real suffers a nervous breakdown after being belittled at work and embarks on a Yuletide kill spree. It's supposed to be a horror movie, but it's funny as hell in 2024. Fair enough. Fair enough. For now, I'm just going to be focusing on more Christmassy stuff and less murdery stuff. Although there is some murdery stuff Carly will want to watch, so I'm sure there'll be some mixed in too. But I'm starting out with some of the lighter fare, you know? Some of the stuff that's not quite as crazy. Jess, you've got a sauna? Nice, man. Prancer? There's a Christmas horror movie called Prancer? Grithula, not sure if I've seen the Mel Gibson Christmas movie, The Fat Man. You're the first person, I think, who's mentioned it. Carly asked if anybody's mentioned that movie. We have seen that one. That's I've seen it, I think, twice now. That's the one where Mel Gibson is essentially like a murderous Santa Claus by the end of it, after somebody sent to try and assassinate him. But I said that we were going to watch ones that were like more violent or whatever at some point. That's one of the ones that will probably be in the mix. Namias, you haven't even gotten any foundations. You can't keep up, and you're too focused on building up your pre-modern collection. You got to choose what you want to focus on, right? Jess, you could just get an electric blanket for that, man. Literally get a blanket that you plug in and it heats. Nobody, yep, Violent Night has already been brought up. That one is, it's on my list, but I haven't seen it yet, so I have no idea what it's actually like. Spurl started buying Christmas presents yet? Yeah, Carly handles most of the Christmas acquisition of stuff, so I just kind of hand over our Christmas budget to her and let her do whatever, because she does a good job, a better job than me. So Carly is in charge of Christmas present acquisition and deciding what we get. She tends to pick some fun stuff and then some practical stuff, where it's like, oh, it's stuff we can genuinely use around our house, which is nice to have. I like both, right? It's fun to have whimsical things you can enjoy, but it's also nice to just have things that make your life easier and better. Proper stuff that you can use year after year. Now, I guess if I want a movie with a murderous Santa, try Santa's Sleigh with Goldberg. All right. Cork, you love my videos? Well, thanks for letting me know, brother. Shelton, is it weird you want to build cheaper decks so you can get to playing them faster and not break your bank in the process? No. You want to have a good time, and not wanting to spend a bunch of money on that makes perfect sense to me, man. You know? There's nothing wrong with that at all. You just want to maximize your enjoyment and minimize your costs, and that seems like a strong strategy to me. Jess, you proxied your last deck because you didn't want to wait? That's one way to save time and money, right? Just get proxies made. I think she might have the shower running. so that the steam is like smoothing out a bunch of the wrinkles. It's just like she's not taking a shower this late at night. Midnight Clear, haven't heard of it. Same with Ebony Scrooge. Have I seen the 1974 horror movie Black Christmas? No. No, when we were watching horror movies, I didn't pick any Christmas movies, and as somebody who never really cared about horror, Christmas horror would be at the bottom of my list. So right now I don't feel myself currently very drawn towards anything of that nature. You know? I want more like upbeat Christmas experiences where things end up happy and not so much murdery. A little more wouldn't hurt. Cork, you bought yourself a Black Lotus off of eBay? Nice. Enjoy. A fun Christmas present for yourself. This is irresistible snacking, and I kind of feel it. Millmaster, a $20 BJ from the hottie at the massage parlor, or $4 $5 rub and tugs by old one tooth behind the 7-Eleven dumpster. Sometimes quantity isn't all it's cracked up to be. True. Very true. I wonder how many calories are in the entire bag. Probably thousands. Fucking good though, man. Shit's tasty. Yeah, don't listen to Jess. I wouldn't advise eating the Black Lotus. I would not. It's crazy. It's crazy to think back. I had a Lotus, but that was 30 years ago. 30 years ago. But even if I had a time machine, I wouldn't go back and be like, I gotta keep it, whatever. It's like, if you're gonna do that, going back in the past, I wish I'd done things differently. It'd be like, nah, you could make way more money just if you knew it was gonna happen with the stock market and shit along those lines. Ugh. Man, it's funny. I don't care that much about decoration overall for a lot of things. But when it comes down specifically to Christmas, it's worthwhile to have all of these different objects. All right. Well, I'm not feeling the greatest right now, so I'm gonna bounce. Thanks for coming and hanging out, my friends. We will get back together again soon. So safe travels. Have a good night. And I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. But for now, peace.